as season 0 draws to a close, there's going to be major adjustments for season 1. So the adjustments are as follows. For Vanguard, which is our tanks in this game, Captain America is going to receive some enhanced survivability, which is needed. He really needed it. I love Captain America personally. I think Captain America is amazing. I love him as a hero. So he's going to reduce the delay time for shield restoration after releasing Living Legend from 3 seconds to 2 seconds, which is good. That's usually his primary fire. He has Liberty Rush cooldown from 12 seconds to 10 seconds, which is good. Again, he needs that. He increased base health from 60 to 65, 675. So the Liberty Rush is the jump that you see him dash in. That is the dash that you see, the F ability. The increased base health is 650 to 665. Something else about Cap is reduce the energy cost for releasing Freedom Charge, the ultimate ability from 3,400 to 3,100. Reduce the additional health provided per second to itself after releasing it from 110 to 100. So Captain America is getting a nice buff that's well needed. I'm excited about these changes. I won't know how it will feel more until tomorrow when season 1 drops. Doctor Strange will be reducing the threat range and increasing the defense window of the Sorcerer Supreme. Add damage fall off to Maelstrom of Madness and Gamma Maelstrom starting at 5 meters and reducing 70% at 8 meters. That is a good change. There are times that when I feel like Doctor Strange's E shouldn't have gotten to me because I'm out of his range, but since there was no fall off that was closer, it felt like I was just getting dinked for just a massive amount of damage when I wasn't even close to the guy. So I'm excited that Doctor Strange is getting a slight nerf. Okay, slightly decrease the shield value recovery rate after releasing Shield of the Sephirim from 80 seconds to 70%. That's actually another good decrease, another good, I'm losing my words here. He's getting a nerf, and that's good. I think he needs to get nerfed a little bit. He is such a good solo tank by himself, and I think that giving him a nerf is going to help with making sure that other tanks are playable. But I don't know if giving him a shield recovery nerf is going to be the answer here. Is Cap getting a damage buff? He doesn't look like he's getting a damage buff, no. So Thor, the god of thunder, could use slightly increased survivability and improve the success rate to his ultimate ability. So Thor is actually getting a health buff. What about Moon Knight? We're going to get to that in a second. We're doing Vanguards right now. But Thor added immunity control effects during God of Thunder ultimate ability. That's good. Increased base health from 500 to 525. I think that's also really good for Thor. I think Thor is, since he has no shield ability, needs a little bit more health to survive, especially during his ult. His ult is really good. However, you can be shot out of the sky because you're just hanging there as Thor for like a good second or two. So if you have people who can burst you down pretty quickly, you're gonna die fast with Thor. So I'm glad that they're giving him a little bit of a health buff, which is good. I think it's needed, so this is going to be good. What about Moon Knight? We'll get that into in a second. Hulk, Dr. Banner, he is banned quite a lot in the upper ranks because the Gamma ability, the Gamma team up is so strong right now with Iron Man and with Sigma, or not Sigma, Doctor Strange, and it's going to be really interesting. So the Hulk is Dr. Banner has dominant but some decreased sustained combat capability upon entering the battlefield would bring him more in line with other vanguards. So Hulk is getting the reduced the indestructible guard Gamma shield value to Hero Hulk, so he's getting a nerf. So the Gamma shield that you see around Hulk, which is the green bubble that he provides him and his allies, is going down from 250 to 200, which means you can burst through that a lot faster. Which is going to be interesting. I think that's an interesting take. I don't know if I agree with that. I think Hulk Gamma bubble is good. I don't think it needed to be reduced, but we'll see how it plays with you know, Mr. Fantastic now coming in and also Sue coming in. I think his Gamma shield could have stayed the way that it was. Hulk just gets, again, he's another big target, just like Venom. You see a big guy, he's gonna get burst down. I'm gonna be showing all of the patch notes, so don't worry, guys. Venom increased survivability and the threat of his ultimate ability. This is actually a good change for Venom, in my opinion. I felt like his ult was pretty weak. It needed a little bit more of a threat. I felt like he dies too easily in higher ranks, so you won't see a lot of Venom gameplays. However, I'm not saying that in every case this happens. There are a lot of great Venom players out there, but for the average Joe who picks Venom, his survivability is not very good as you get through the higher ranks, and you will get CC'd like nobody's business as you get into, especially from a player like me who's a Mantis player. If you dive me, you're gonna get slept as Venom. So, and if everybody turns around when you're sleeping, your health is going to decrease fairly rapidly. So the symbiote menace will strike fear into the backlines of all enemies, increases symbiotic resilience, bonus health ratio gain per lost health point from 1 to 1.2. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. So you get an increase health, so that's good. So his shield, basically, and increase the base damage of the Feast of the Abyss, which is his ultimate, from 40 to 50. Okay, so that's not bad. So it's a little bit of a buff. I think that's a good buff for Venom. It gives him a little bit more survivability in the backline so that he doesn't get burst damage and has at least a little bit more survivability when he dives. So that's good. So glad Iron Fister is getting another skin. Yes, yes. All right, so now to our duelist, our DPS. All right. Black Panther, who is the bane of my existence in higher ranks, because a good Black Panther is hard to hit, especially if they use their cooldowns incorrectly. So Black Panther, we're slightly decreasing T'Challa's combat survivability. He needed this. He was way too beefy. Reduce the additional health provided to self after refreshing vibranium marks with sprint rend from 40 to 30. That's good. That's a good nerf. That's a good enough. I shall terrorize GM with a new Iron Fist skin. And the upper limit of additional health provided from 120 to 75. That's a good nerf. T'Challa, Black Panther is such a menace. If he is used correctly, he gets a huge buff for health, and it's such a nerf that's needed. So I'm excited about that. Black Widow, I think needs buffs. Okay, do I want to see a Black Widow in my lobbies all the time? Absolutely not. I don't want this to become Overwatch where I fear a Widow every time I play. Okay, but she does need a buff. She does need a buff. Okay, Natasha was very much in need of optimization, as they see here, when reevaluating the release experience of her abilities, as well as slightly increased to the threat of her ultimate ability. So her ultimate ability here slows enemies down. For those who've never played against a good Natasha or a good Black Widow, her ultimate slows down enemies, whoever's stuck in it, and it's annoying. You can barely move. It's very, very annoying, but it's good. It's a good ultimate if you can land it. The problem is, in higher ranks, not everyone's going to be grouped up. So you're going to get 1 or 2 people, and you may get 1 or 2 kills, and that's okay. That's okay. A lot of people don't understand that ultimates don't necessarily mean you need to kill the whole team. Getting 1 or 2 picks from your ult is a good thing. Okay, it's a good thing. So Black Widow, she is increased the range of her first effective Edge Dancer from 3 meters radius to a 5 meter radius. That's pretty good. That's her melee attack. So that's good. So they gave her a little bit of a buff so that she can hit you with her melee. Reduce the time required for Fleet Foot to recover from 0 stamina to full from 12 seconds to 4. Oh crap. That is gross. That means we're gonna see Widows running all over the place. She is going to be extremely mobile. Instead of just being in one spot, she's going to be running all over the map. So that's a good buff. That's a good buff for Black Widow players. Okay, reduce the time required for electroplasma and explosion, her ult, to reach maximum power from 1 second to 0.6 seconds. Okay, again, that's pretty good. That means you don't have to hold on to her ult as fast as before. She can now just release her ult as soon as she gets it. Okay, Hawkeye. This guy needs a nerf. Please tell me he gets a nerf. Hawkeye will be decreasing the medium long range damage capability, reducing the threatening combat radius. Thank God. and slightly improving the close combat resistance for the avenging archer. Thank you. His damage fall off is non-existent. It is broken, which is why in high ranks, anything diamond and above, he is immediately banned alongside Hela. So slightly reduce the spread angle between every 2 blast arrows. Yeah, sure. Okay, reduce the triggering distance of the passive ability archer's focus from 60 meters to 40 meters. Good. That means you need to be closer to get his focus up. That's good. So that means people further away aren't gonna maximize his passive ability. Reduce the maximum additional damage of the passive from 80 to 70. Okay, so he got a little bit of a nerf, and that's good. And with his seasonal bonus, which I hope they take away, you know, a percentage, that should be a good nerf. Okay, the Goddess of Death has a menace and will slightly decrease her combat strength. Hela's getting a nerf. Thank God. Reducing base health from 275 to 250. And that's the nerf we get. So she still can 2-shot people. Great. The fact that they say Hela is a menace means they understand that Hela is a menace. Okay? Hela still is pretty strong. All right. Magic. The Queen of Limbo needs an increase to her threat after unleashing her ultimate ability. Ooh. I already thought magic was strong. I don't like this. I don't like that she is now getting a buff for Darkchild from 115 to 135. I don't like that. Nope. Don't like it. She has 2 dashes that give her health. I don't like that at all. She's losing her 20% bonus though. We'll see. I haven't gotten there yet. This is Darkchild. Yeah, that's all I hear in my sleep as a support player, as a support main. I cringe whenever I hear again and then also Darkchild. All right, Darkchild, I cringe. Like my butt cheeks tighten just a little bit. You know what I'm saying, chat? Every time I hear Darkchild. Namor, we're optimizing the throwing field of Namor's eggs. Thank God, because there are times that I will throw Namor's eggs and I think it's gonna stick on a wall and it just falls short. So what are they doing to adjust this? All right, adjusting the throwing field of Monstro spawn and Frozen spawn. Good. Now Namor can more accurately throw them to the desired location. That's good. That's good. I hope that now when I try to stick something on a wall, it just won't fall short. It won't fall short. There are times in the middle of a battle where I try to throw one on the wall and the thing just falls short of the wall and it's not there and it's on the floor. So I think that is needed. A Psylocke. We'll be providing more options for other heroes to counter the Demon Slayer's ultimate. That, I think, is needed. I really thought that this is the good nerf for her. She needs ways for people not to always die. And her radius of the Dance of the Butterfly is so large. It's so large. Now the Dance of the Butterfly ultimate will check for barriers, including Magneto's Metal Bulwark and Hulk's Indestructible Guard. Interesting. So if Hulk is in the middle of the battle and he jumps in and presses his shift and gives everybody a barrier, it won't kill. Yes. Yes. Thank God. All right. So that's good. That's good. I love that. I love that so much. Scarlet Witch. Oh, wait, no. Punisher. I skipped one. Punisher. We're slightly increasing the damage capability. I give up. Punisher did not need a... He did not need this. He did not need this. Punisher already hurts. It's rough with the Punisher in higher ranks. He lasers. So they said, you know what? We're going to go ahead and reduce the spread of deliverance and adjudication. So his ult, instead of having a widespread, is now going to be laser focused on you and you're going to die faster. That I'm going to die from just his laser focused aim, but also from his rockets that seek towards you. Nah, it's fine. I'm sure. Scarlet Witch. We're increasing Wanda's combat strength. She kind of needed this, chat. She kind of needed this. I don't like Scarlet Witch personally. However, a good Scarlet Witch You're always welcome on my team, especially when we have divers. Scarlet Witch is a very good player, a good character to have when you have a diving team. We're increasing Wanda's combat strength when she's facing duelist or strategist. Good. Her already 2 taps DPS and support with shotgun and yeah. Well, they're not talking about the shotgun. What they're talking about is they're talking about his ult. His ult is deliverance and adjudication. And hold on, deliverance and adjudication. Hold on, I might be wrong there. I think deliverance is his shotgun, or no, deliverance is his, yeah, adjudication is his shotgun and deliverance is his main fire. So oh no, so even worse. Ain't nobody listening to you, Secret or Sarette George, because I ain't plat 3. So see you later, buddy. If you don't want to be here, why are you talking? Somebody shut this guy's mouth. So Scarlet Witch is increased chaos control fixed damage from 50 seconds to 60 seconds. Current rank in this lobby, buddy. This lobby. If you don't know what you're getting into, don't fucking open your mouth, bro. I'm not plat 3 either. So we're increasing Wanda's combat strength when she's facing duelist or strategist from 50 to 60, reducing the percentage damage per second from 5% to 3%. And increase the burst projectile damage from 30 to 35. Her burst is actually pretty disgusting, especially when you get somebody down to about a quarter health. You hit a burst shot, you kill them pretty quickly with Scarlet Witch. So that's, I don't know. I think she needed her buff, but reduce the percentage damage per second from 5% to 3%. That's a lot. That's a lot. She's gonna be more of a menace. She's gonna play more like Moira in this first season, and I'm not looking forward to that. So the Weather Witch needed an overall increase to her damage capability. We're also optimizing the feel of her left click with Storm. Yes! Oh yeah! Storm, bro. Storm is getting a buff, bro. She's getting a buff, and I'm so excited. I am so excited. All right, so Storm is getting a buff. Increased wind blade projectile speed from 100 meters per second to 150 meters per second. That's good. That is huge. I felt her projectile speed was too slow. So the fact that she's getting a increase in speed per clicks is so good. She does piercing damage when she's in wind form. A lot of people don't know that. She's in wind form, she does piercing damage to enemies, and when she's in her electric form, she doesn't do piercing damage. Her left click, which is pretty good, it does 50 to 55. That's good. She needed that. She needed that buff. Increased bolt rush, which is her electric field, from 70 to 80, which is fantastic. There's so many times that I use my E and Spider-Man is almost dead, and he flings out of my radius just before he dies with 1 HP left, okay? With 1 HP. And now that she's getting a buff for that is gonna be huge. Feel the wrath of the goddess. Yes, I love that. I love that so much. All right, and after releasing her ult, the bonus health provided for herself will be increased from 350 to 450. That's good. Moreover, following its conclusion, the extra health will thank God. There are so many times that I wish that I would have been able to keep my over health from that ult, but in season 0 it goes away. In season 1 it looks like you're going to be able to keep that. It diminishes at a rate of 100 per second, so that means you get an extra 2 seconds, right? An extra 2 seconds. Thank you so much for the 11-month sub over on Twitch, Mediterranean Alien. How you doing? I hope you're having a fantastic morning this morning. So you're able to get 2 seconds of over health, which is good for Storm. Super needed, super excited. Squirrel Girl is getting an increased threat of Dorian and her furry friends in her ultimate ability. Squirrel Girl is so good and so annoying to play against. She does so much splash damage with her acorns because she just releases them like nobody's business down a corridor, right? She's down a chokehold. Squirrel Girl, like in Spider, the Spider Convoy map, she's so good there because all you have to go is down this one narrow passage. You just spam your squirrel nuts from the back and you're getting splash damage from Squirrel Girl. and you get someone to clean up her ability, you clean up those deaths, dude, you're gonna have so much damage. All right, her ult though needed some work. I felt her ult is annoying. It's so annoying in a congested area, because all of a sudden you hear the squirrels and you're afraid for your life. You're trying to jump through this, right? So if they buffed her ult, it's gonna be crazy. Increased bonus health provided by Bionic Hook, tainted voltage from 30 to 40. All right. Oh wait, no, that's Winter Soldier. Squirrel Girl. Addition of new effect in Unbeatable Squirrel Tsunami. The squirrels will rush towards the nearest enemy after bouncing instead of bouncing randomly. That ability is going to be broken. It's if you're in a congested area and that thing hits you, it does a lot of damage. So now when it hits you, it will automatically auto-target the nearest enemy. That's going to be broken. That's going to be broken. Nah, I don't like that. It's going to, oh my gosh, that's, oh man, that's going to be broken. Okay. It's going to be annoying. Reduce the squirrel tsunami health from 600. Oh, thank God. That was something that I didn't like. I did not like that it felt like it was an extra person on the field when that thing came towards you. So now, okay, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with the give and take. I don't mind it jumping from one person to the other now. However, now it's only 300 health, which means you can now just, instead of jumping over it, focus burst it down so that it doesn't kill your team. So now as a team, you can kill the ult, because right now, if you just try to kill it yourself, it's going to take forever because it's so much health. But now they're bringing it down to 300 health, which is more reasonable. And I'm okay with the switch. I'm okay with that. Now they're making her ult useful, but also giving you the ability to be able to kill it, which is fine. A lot of people don't know that you can kill Squirrel Girl's ult. It's just, it takes forever. So instead of just focusing down on the ult, you just jump over it. And since it doesn't do anything, you're fine. So that's fine for now. All right, Wolverine. Logan is getting a buff. Logan doesn't need a buff right now. He's good where he's at. Trust me, he is fine. Wolverine. Logan will receive an increase to basic combat strength, but a slight decrease to additional survivability after activating Undying Animal. Increase base health from 300 to 350. He's already hard to kill. I'll go back to Punisher. We already did Punisher, but I'll go back to Punisher. Jeez, Wolverine's going to be so hard to kill. Reduce the damage reduction ratio provided by Undying Animal from 50% to 40. Okay, so your E ability, which is on a 12-second cooldown, I think, or less. Your E ability, instead of taking half damage, now you take 40% damage. Okay, so I see what they did there. They gave him a little bit more health, but his survivability now is going to be less because his E is going to be able to take more damage. All right. Okay. Have I done Thor? I did do Thor already. Yes. Loki, we haven't gotten to the strategist yet. All right. Strategist, Cloak and Dagger. Ty and Tandy will receive an increase to their healing capability as well as expansion to the coverage area of their ultimate ability. Reduce Dagger Storm's cooldown from 15 seconds to 12 seconds. Okay. That's actually really good. That's her bubble, if I'm not mistaken. That should be her bubble, her big dome. That's good. That's good. That's a really good ability to have on less of a cooldown. She's gonna be really annoying to play against even more now. And increase the number of dashes to Eternal Bond, which is the ult from 3 to 4. That's good. That's needed. That was needed. I felt like 3 dashes wasn't enough. I think 4 dashes is just enough. I think that's gonna be 3 to 4. That's perfect. I think that's perfect. Her ult is really strong already. So you have 3 dashes, 1, 2, and 3. If you stack them together, it's almost impossible to kill anything in that area, with the exception of an Iron Man ult and a Moon Knight ult. Moon Knight ult could kill you. So that is good if you stack them. However, if you stack them, then you just have one small area to cover. Her ult is so good to be able to zone out areas. Her area to zone out is so good. She can zone out a particular area now with 4 dashes instead of 3. So she can cover a whole area now with 4 dashes, which is going to be good. She's going to be really good in domination. She's going to be really good for push maps. So that's good. Cloak and Dagger did need a little bit of a buff, and I think this is a good buff for her. Jeff the Land Shark, who is a menace in low ranks. A good Jeff in high ranks is tolerable. You don't see a lot of Jeffs in high ranks. We'll be adjusting the range for his ultimate ability so it's now fits the warning marker. In addition, we'll also be increasing his healing capability. He needed a little bit of a honestly, Jeff needs a little bit, like, honest to God, I don't like Jeff a whole lot, but Jeff did need a little bit of a buff with his heals. He can't compete with a good Luna, good Cloak and Dagger. His heals are good, but they're not as good as those strategists. So the fact that they're giving him a little bit of a buff is good. Okay. Adjust its Jeff ultimate ability range from 10-meter sphere to a 10-meter radius. Thank God. So, okay, for those people who don't understand, okay, in Jeff's ult is a sphere. What does that mean? It can actually get you if you jump even just a little bit above his ult. So even if you jump when he's ulting, he's still gonna get you. Okay. However, if you're Rocket and you dash twice up, he can't get you because you're above his sphere, his radius. Okay. So now they're basically nerfing it to just a radius, which is just anyone who's on the ground. Okay. And a 5-meter high cylindrical spell field. So you have to jump a little bit higher than that. So if Storm floats above that now, you won't get caught in it, which is good. There are times that even as Iron Man, you could be, you know, above the point and Jeff will get you in his ult. And that was so intolerable and was so annoying to play against. They've basically gave him a little bit of a nerf so that it's lower to the ground now, which is good. That's a little bit of a nerf for him, which is good. Increase the healing of Joyful Splash from 140 to 150. Okay, so that's not bad. So his E ability is going to give you 100, an ability to heal. Or is it? No, his left click is going to give you 150 heals per second. Well, that's good. That's good. Why they nerf? It needed it. It was a little bit too overpowered. It was a little bit too overpowered. Mantis. We'll be making Mantis a bit less fleet-footed. Reducing her roaming support capability. Reduce Nature's Favor passive movement boost from 2.5. Oh no, she's slower now. Okay, so Mantis, instead of being a speed demon, which I love Mantis's movements. That's why I play Mantis a lot. I love her movement. She's able to move so quickly through the battlefield. But now they're nerfing it to 1.5 meters. I don't know how this is gonna feel in game. It might not feel that much different. It might make her feel a little less movable. I did miss Luna, so I will go back. To Luna, but they made her basically her passive a little less enjoyable. All right, so Luna, we've enjoyed her dropping the base. We've made adjustments to Luna's ult ability to prevent players from abusing its healing capabilities. I don't know what they're talking about. I never did such thing. Increase the interval for switching between healing and damage and fate of both worlds from 0.1 second to 0.5. Okay, so what they're doing here, chat, is instead of being able to utilize her ult in a way where you can switch very quickly between damage boost and healing boost, which actually increases your heals fairly quickly over time, they have now made it so that you only heal or damage boost, and it takes 0.5 seconds to switch between, which is, I get it. I understand they don't want us to exploit that change, but you know, it's fine. Rocket Raccoon could use an enhancement to his healing capabilities, which I think is needed. Increase the healing of repair mode from 60 per second to 70 per second. That's good. That's a good change. He needed a little bit more healing. That's good. All right, so I'm glad that it's going now to be 70 heals per second. That's a good change. He needed just a little bit more healing. I think he's going to be just fine where it is, as long as they don't add anything to Rocket. I think this is a good spot for Rocket. Rocket needed a little bit more healing to help with the burst heals. He's already a very strong, reliable strategist. especially with the team-ups, which we'll go over right now. So what we'll go over right now, those team-ups are going to be so good. So good. Yeah, the strategists in season 1 are going to eat. All right. Hawkeye and Black Widow. To further tone down Hawkeye's oppression, will be reducing his seasonal buff from 20% to 15%. Thank God. Yes. Yes. All right. Hela, Thor, and Loki, much like Hawkeye, Hela's overwhelming power will receive a slight reduction. Yes. Yes. Maybe it won't make a difference for Hela too much, but Hawkeye definitely needed it. All right. Luna, Snow, and Namor increased frozen spell damage from 25 to 27. And I don't think that needed it, but whatever. Increased frozen spell slowing effect to 30%. Oh my gosh, the Namor mains are going to eat. They're going to eat. So for those people who don't know, Namor gets a frozen spawn that comes out every 15 seconds. It's on a cooldown. He presses C. He can spawn down. It's that frozen octopus you see in the middle of the field. If that thing hits you, it's going to slow you down even more now. All right. So the people that get hit by those annoying octopi, you're gonna get hit now, and it's gonna slow you down. Increase Berserk state frozen spawn damage from 16 to 18. That's I don't know if it needed a nerf. I don't know if it needed a nerf. Oh, excuse me, not a nerf. I don't know if it needed this. I don't know if it needed this. Rocket Raccoon, the Punisher, and Winter Soldier. One of Rocket's best tools will be available more often. 45 seconds. Thank God. Thank God. I thought the Z was too. It took too long for the Z to come back. However, it's going to be annoying to play against now because the Z comes back so quickly. The buff is the word. Thank you, Obi-Wan. My words are not coming out today. But his Z, which is the team up ability that you get, the ammo invention, from 45 to 40 seconds is going to be crazy now for Punisher and Winter Soldier. So this team up is a very strong team up in season 1, and it's going to be very interesting to play against. We'll see how it adjusts. If you timed it, yes, but I felt like it needed less time to cool down. I think 40 seconds is in my opinion, it's a good amount of time. 45 seconds, I think it was a little too long for that ability. 40 seconds, I think, is just enough. I think it's just enough of a cooldown that it makes it viable. It makes it worth it, right? Yeah, exactly. You hit the Z, no. So, a lot of people don't understand this. You don't need to go into the turret. The Z doesn't work with their turret. The Z works when they're out of turret. So the best way to utilize that team up is have the Punisher talk to you, right? Go into turret mode. Let them know, hey, my turret mode's about to end, and then drop the Z immediately after. And it's like having a second turret because that thing just beams anybody that's coming in. It is so good. It is so good. Scarlet Witch. Magneto, a bit underwhelming. The damage capability of the father-daughter team-up ability will be enhanced. Ooh, increased metallic. So Magneto's getting a buff, and Scarlet Witch is getting a buff. This is going to hurt. This team-up is going to hurt. All right. So an increased metallic fusion projectile damage from 55 to 60. Okay, and increased metallic fusion spell field damage from 30 to 35. That's not bad. Yeah, Magneto didn't need a buff either, in my opinion. Okay, Thor, Storm, and Captain America will be enhancing the damage capability of Storm's side of the team-up's ability. I love this. Reduce the cooldown of Charge Gale from 20 to 15. Love that. And increase the damage of Charge Gale from 50 to 55. Amazing. Amazing. I think that all of these, are they all super balanced? No. Are they the best? Yeah. I think this is a pretty good balance for season 1. I think the devs are cooking here. Marvel Rivals is cooking in 2024 or 2025, excuse me. 2025, I think Marvel Rivals is going to be a very strong game. Is it the Overwatch killer? No. Are they cooking? Hell yes. They are cooking. Let them cook. I love this so much. I think these nerfs and these buffs are exactly what they need for some of these heroes. I think that a lot of it was very oppressive in season 0. I'm glad that they're listening to, I feel like they're listening to the player base. I think they're understanding that, hey, look, to be successful, we need to listen to our player base, and I think that they're listening. Do some of these people